Hi there, and thank you for your time in advance. I'm going to try and be as clear as possible about my question. I would like to find out how forces are added or removed when talking about the three magnet question and the four magnet question. I will go through some of my understanding of magnets and information engine theory. First, some information and explanations. What is a information engine? I don't know if you guys know about it. There's a link here. There will be one in the description. But here's a quote. An information engine is an engine that changes information into work. Their design is akin to a microscopic particle that is submerged in water, while being attached to a spring that is in turn connected to a stage that can be moved up. The researchers, playing the role of Maxwell's demon, observed the particle going up or down due to thermal motion, then moving the stage up if the particle randomly bounced upward. If it bounces downward, they wait, as elaborated by PhD student Tushar Saha. This ends up lifting the entire system using only information about the particle's position. And again, this is a quote from the link. Sorry about names. My question is about using magnets instead of one particle. First, a fast intro into magnets. We all played with one once in our life. They attract each other or repel depending on what poles are facing each other. Here are some fun facts that I found out. If you have one magnet and you put another in its field, doesn't matter what angle or spin, the force to move it in is equal to the force when it leaves. This is true for three magnets or four. This is similar to the particle moving up or down. Its work is equal. Knowing that it will move up or down and only allowing it to move one way to get work is what I'm wanting to test with magnets. There are two different information engines that I would like help testing to see if there is over unity. Here is what my three magnet question is. If you don't allow the magnets to move free, will the force be greater than initially started with? First, some examples. First example. You have two magnets and they're repelling each other. And right now, if you had a force, it would be A1. That force would be pushing the magnet all the way into the middle. And then after the middle, you have a force of repulsion from the two magnets repelling each other, which is A2. So my understanding, the first force equals the second. Second example, you have one magnet trying to be pushed in between two magnets that are repelling each other or that are repelling it. So force B. The moment you get to the middle, you get another force, and that is the repulsion force of the two magnets repelling the middle magnet and the middle magnet repelling them. My understanding that is the same force. Force B1 equals force B2. Third example, you have again two magnets and they're repelling each other. And so you put a force in, which is C1, and you get the middle magnet or side magnet right in the middle, and you block this magnet. You remove the block from this one, and there's a force of repulsion from the two magnets, and it's C2. My understanding again, force C1 equals force C2. Fourth example, you have three magnets, and the side magnet or middle magnet, it's being repelled by the two side magnets. And you would add a force D1 to be putting that middle magnet into the middle, then you'd block it. You'd release the blocks from the side magnets and allow for the force D2 to push them away. Now, my understanding is the force D1 equals force D2. The three magnet question. Right now, you have three magnets. The middle magnet is being repelled by the side magnets. So you need a force, which is the E1, to put that magnet in the middle. Now you block it from movement, and you unblock the side magnets, which is E2, or which allows E2 the force to be moving the magnets. You then block the side magnets, unblock the middle magnet, and then because you want the middle magnet out of the way, you put a force which is E3. This is very minimal force as there's no restrictions on that magnet or resistance. Then you remove the blocks from the side magnets, and you then add a force which is E4. Is very minimal force because there's no no resistance on those magnets right now, and you push it with the E4 until E5, which is the force of attraction between these two magnets, and you allow that to get where the starting position was, and then you would be putting a blockade there. So right now we're looking at force E1, force E2, E3, and those are what they mean. Middle magnet moving towards the middle while being repelled. So, side magnets being repelled by the middle magnet, and so on. Now, what I did is I did the action-reaction. So E1, E3, and E4 is the action or the force that you put into it. And E2 and E5 is the reaction. That's my understanding. So the three magnet question is, do these forces equal? Or more to, are these the forces that are actually at play if you're just looking at magnetic fields? And if so, do they equal, or is there an over unity? So E1 is the middle magnet moving towards the middle. That's by it also being repelled. So it's quite a big force. Then you have E3 and E4, which is moving magnets that have no resistance. So it's very minimal energy. Then you have E2, which is the side magnets being repelled by the middle magnet. That's quite a bit of force there. And then E5 is the force of attraction of the side magnets when they're close enough to each other's fields to the starting point. The fourth example had equal forces at the end. The three magnet question had three extra forces, force 3, force 4, force 5. Two of these forces are minimal because there is no resistance. The last force would make the equation over unity. Here is my four magnet question. So there is two magnets in the middle, and the green represents glue or something that will hold them together. And what happens right now, they're at the two middle magnets are at the edge of the magnets on the sides. So they're actually being attracted to the side magnets right now. So that creates a force, F1, of attraction. So all four magnets are attracting each other right now, and it will move the magnet in the middle. Now, because of that, there's also force F2, which, like I said, it's the attraction of the side magnets. And pretty much right now you'd be stuck here, and the thing is, if you block that and you add or you pull with a external force, F3, you can move that magnet out of the way. And if you remove the blocks, these magnets are repelling each other right now. So there's a force, F4, that will repel them back into the starting position. So here are the forces. Force F1 is the middle magnet being attracted by the side magnets, so it moves into the middle. F2 is the side magnet being attracted to the middle by the middle magnet. F3, the middle magnet being pulled while in the middle. So that is the external force that you'd be putting in. And F4 is the side magnets repelling each other. So how I was thinking was F1, F2, and F4 are within the system right now, and F3 is what you need to put into the system. So if these forces add up, then that's great, but if they don't, that's even better. So my understanding, the force 1 and force 2 is equal to force 3, and then force 4 is the force that we gain from stopping the magnets when they're in a position of imbalance or able to create an unbalance in the system. The way to answer the question: after a full cycle, is there a balance or an unbalance in force? There are 5 forces for the 3 magnet question and 4 forces for the 4 magnet question. Locks, gravity, air, friction, and anything else will not be part of the question. Just interested in the force, magnetism force. When answering, please use the formula. Example, force A1 plus force A2 equals 0. If the formula is not able to explain, then please do so any other way. Something like there's an extra force, so you need to add A3, or however, would be good. How to help. Best outcome would be if somebody with a YouTube channel that does magnetic field simulation would just do the test. Then we don't really have to ask for money. We don't have to do anything, and everybody's kind of aware of things. Even if a lot of people ask the same person, somebody knows a person and he says, everybody, watch his video or something and ask, and he might post it. That would also be great to try. I'm willing to try anything. I'm on GoFundMe, and that's why donations to pay a person like that to do the software test is more promising for me, because I want people to get things from this as I am. I would get answers, information. They would get money, but that is a minimum of $5,000. I went to one person. I think he said it was $2,000. I will try to get that person, but most of them are the minimum charge is $5,000 for any kind of magnetic simulations, and this would include visual and numeric forces, however you want to put it, just pretty much showing you the forces, if they equal, not equal. Also, if you guys have an idea, I've did some backyard kind of testing, but it's very difficult to get it to actually answer my questions. So if you guys have anything, any ideas how to get the answer to these questions, it would also be greatly appreciated. What will be done meanwhile? I am working on a 3D printing prototype engine that works on this theory. We'll be putting videos up every time I can of how far I am with it. If it works, the design will be all shared so others can print their own. will look for grants from the government to do the research, the $5,000 software test. Um, I myself have already messaged about 100 people, YouTubers, businesses, and just pretty much wherever the hole got me to. Um, I linked the question that I had and also my YouTube. Um, I've put comments on people's videos on YouTube too because I couldn't find their email address or whatnot. So I just try to connect with anybody and everybody to just ask them, like, if you know anything about magnets, could you, help me with this idea or this question? Um, so it says we'll add to me spreadsheet. Well, to my spreadsheet, more people and any answers I get. So I actually have a spreadsheet which dates when I've contacted the people, and I'm also going to put there when they contacted me back, what did they say? And I don't know if you guys want to see that, but I can show you that also, and we'll be there. It's more or less for me to not recontact people, not to bother people, and to also, if I get engineers or anybody with a fair bit of information, just kind of see which side they're on and just any questions you have, I would be happy to answer. Again, thank you for taking the time to watch this.